Hey guys, welcome to the Rebel Tea House. I'm your host, Figured Base, and I'm joined with.
Armies as always. Great to see y'all. And today we have early leaks, spoilers, all that fun stuff. I know spoiler season is about to officially start, but let's go through some of the stuff that people found a bit early.
Yep, let's get into the tea. All right, so starting off, we're going to start with kind of sort of worse stock up, but kind of sort of better memory deluge.
I was about to say, Consult the Star Charts is kind of a lot of blue-based control players' wet dream, I would say.
See, I'm not a blue player, so.
Yeah, a draw spell that doesn't actually draw cards, so you can get around can't draw cards and all this other stuff. But let's just read the card. So Consult the Star Charts is 1 in a blue with a kicker for another 1 in a blue. Lets you look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you control. Put 1 in your hand, and then if you do it for its kicker cost, you get to pick 2 of those cards. So the kicker cost is a total of 4. So the baseline unkicked version on turn 2 with 2 lands is going to be a instant speed sleight of hand, basically.
Yeah.
If you kick it on turn 4, it is literally the front side of Memory Deluge when you cast it from your hand. However, every other turn after that or additional land you have in play, even for that same 4 mana, you're digging another card deeper, so it's even better. You can get up to that 7 or even more that you can end up getting when you pay for the flashback cost of Memory Deluge. The card's super, super good, and I think in tandem with stock up, Blue's going to have plenty of cards.
Oh,
and
yeah.
plus, Meringue River Regent, too. That's another good one.
Azor's Control is getting a lot of good cards in here, a lot of really good stuff. But speaking of white cards, let's look into one that I'm sure Athena is going to be very excited about. Cosmogrand Zenith, which is 2 colorless, 1 white. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, choose 1, create 2 1/1 white human soldier creature tokens, or put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. So I could definitely see this in Boros Convoke or any type of the Convoke human decks that I've already seen a resurgence coming up.
Oh, yeah.
And any of the token enablers, any of the mono white token decks, I could definitely see seeing a play set of this. This card seems correct. Also, art, gorgeous. Love
They
her.
did a spectacular job with
Bitch, absolute baddie. I love it. I just love how just like ethereal she looks as well. But I am super excited to test this out in Boros Convoke, which has a really good mana as well. Like really great mana. And you're starting on white, and that's kind of where you want to be anyways, with your Warden of the Skies. And
Warden of the Inner Sky,
Warden of the Inner Skies and your Recruitment Officer. All the good spells are on white. And then you want your finishers for the 3/2, all creatures get +1/+1 haste.
I think you're only really losing what is it? You lose Gleeful, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, you do use Gleeful.
And you lose Knight Errant. Those are kind of like the 2 big ones, but the rest of them are mostly role players.
Yes.
The thing that I got thinking about this is if white and then possibly one other color has a cast 2 spells a turn theme as well. We just had Dark here. That the flurry mechanic was also a 2 spell a turn. Theme. So I can imagine curving out in yes, it's a turn 6 late in the game, but imagine a turn where you play Cosmogrand Zenith into Sage of the Skies, and you just put 5 bodies.
I know. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh god, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot of creatures. This is your favorite. Your favorite.
Yes, my Eldrazi, my spaghetti monsters. So if y'all haven't heard any of the story stuff like that, what's cool and I'm a big fan of is they are using the Eldrazi, which have come from the Eternities in the Magic lore, the Eldrazi are affectionately replacing the Xenomorphs in the Alien movies, which is super cool. Like, makes perfect sense. They even have like a whole scene in the lore. I haven't read it fully, but definitely check it out. This card is a great representation also of what Warp does, because Warp is a new mechanic that lets a creature enter for a quick second and then dip out right away and gets put into exile. So you can get a powerful enters or leaves trigger off of the creature. If it has haste, it can attack, and then it's going to exile on end step. Specifically exile, it's kind of important. It's not sacrifice, so you're not going to be getting anything like with, Sephiroth or anything like that. But close to my heart, I have Ketramos triggers.
Oh, yeah. Now, do you think we're going to get any of the big boy and girl Eldrazi's reprinted in this set? Like Emrakul, Ultima?
Is Emrakul still trapped in the moon, though?
I'm not sure. I mean, we haven't really, like, we have to really see how the story unfolds. But I suspect we get one of the big ones reprinted. They have to. If you're putting Eldrazi in the set, I feel like we get one big boy.
Plus, if Tezzret's looking for something, it might be, accessing the big spaghetti monster. And the day before official spoiler season starts, we are getting one card spoiled during the finale of the story that they've been printing on Magic on the Magic websites. So who knows? Maybe it is Emrakul or another Eldrazi that's coming out. And I'm mostly just talking about this because Warp is cool and it's
Warp is pretty cool.
But like the effect's kind of insane too. If you get it, and when it leaves, put a permanent mana value equal to less than or equal to the number of lands you control into the battlefield.
It's pretty good. Speaking of trying to get big boys onto the battlefield, we have essentially non-legendary Gaea's Cradle that you'd have to station. So this one's called Evendo Walking Haven. Again, gorgeous art. This one, enter taps, add 1 green, station, tap another creature you control, put charge counters equal to its power on this planet. Station only as a sorcery, and then 12 station. I'm guessing the green. Add 1 green for each creature you control. Now I'm sure there's a way to cheat this out. We have Kona Beastie, Lover, or Beastie Kona. I don't know the rest of her name, and then we have Otiva, which is like just a worse Kona. But there's going to be ways in green to ramp into big giant creatures to make
and
non-legendary land that you can have multiple of.
Well, weirdly enough, this actually even reads more like an elves card, because like you put a bunch of elves in play, and then even though they're all 1 power, you just tap a bunch of them to station. And then, oh, look, I tapped 6 elves and now I have over 12. Cool. Let me add 8 mana. Why not?
Right?
Slam hoof.
I mean, space elves, listen, for my Warhammer fans out there, I would love to see an Eldar secret lair come out. Or Drukhari secret lair come out. Space elves, they would be great. They would definitely be Golgari, I think, because they're a little degenerate.
Elves are always Golgari.
Definitely gave birth to Slanesh, the god/goddess of vice. I won't go too into it because we will get demonetized talking about that lore.
Up next, we also have another land card. This one is not a land itself. It's a Lands Matter card. And this combines 2 of the most powerful pieces of text in Lands Matter cards that has existed. It has both play an additional land per turn and play lands from your graveyard. And in a format where Fabled Passage exists. This is insane.
So we have
it lets you even mill a card when a land enters.
So we have Icetill Explorer, 2 colorless, green, a 2/4. So you may play an additional land on each of your turns. You may play lands from your graveyard, and it has landfall. So whenever a land you control enters, mill a card. This just plays into the Golgari graveyard shenanigans that the deck really wants and needs to be. We were just speaking about Golgari garbage, but maybe it's not going to be so garbage anymore with
I know.
this card.
Maybe we might already be eating our words, but Demir is also being Demir. The thing that this card gets me really intrigued by is it looks like some folks have broken Aftermath Analyst again in Standard.
Yeah.
So this card just kind of slots in there pretty
well. Very
really intrigued to see how that looks.
Also, hear me out. An Icetill Explorer. Would go on my hear me out cake. Listen, I'll just put it out there. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong, chat. Or this one I'm terrified of. This next one. Moonlit Meditation.
Yep.
But 2 colorless and a blue can be broken many ways. But enchant, artifact, or creature you control, the first time you would create 1 or more tokens each turn, you may instead create that many tokens that are copies of enchanted permanent. Imagine if Corey Steelcutter was still legal. And you could make copies of Corey Steelcutter.
Yeah, I don't know how Wizards missed this. They would have playtested these cards together when they were playtesting Edge of Eternities, but
Yeah.
Well, Cutter is gone, so that way this doesn't break even more. And oh, look at that. Set number card number 69. Nice. But yeah, this card's gonna be broken in half many different ways. Like you can go tame and like do something in like a Demir shell where you put this on a Flood Pits Drowner and then you have that's instant that lets you tap down creatures and make 2 fairies, which then makes copies of Flood Pit Drowner, so you tap 3 creatures down.
Yes. I'm
stupid
honestly
shit like that.
So glad they didn't make this an artifact, because this would have slotted
this would have looped itself
right into Azorius synthesizer. That would have been terrible. But I'm trying to see like what deck this that's already kind of like an established deck that this slots right into.
Yeah.
Would it be would mono white tokens flash into blue, or is this just another control card that Azorius Control can build?
I mean, Tokens has already tried the blue splash. It already has the Verge lined up properly to do so, primarily making white. You play some archives, maybe like an island, and you're set. So this could do some pretty spicy things. Make copies of your Enduring. Actually, yeah, making copies of your Enduring Innocence would be freaking
kind of correct.
Yeah. But that could also be one more. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be. It feels like a one more card. Definitely feel like somebody can crack it out there.
Yeah, but we'll let the brewers do their
thing. Now this one is interesting. We have the Virulent Silencer. So artifact creature, robot assassin, 3 colorless. Whenever a non-token artifact creature you control just deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Poison counters is back.
Probably only for this card. Similar to Finn the Fangbearer, but is back for this card, which is pretty sick. And it also has text very similar to Finn the Fangbearer. It gives 2 poison counters and specifically calls out a creature with a specific attribute. Now, unlike Finn, it is non-token creature, which I think is a little easier to understand given that you can just make constructs in a lot of formats. So it's nice that this one is a little more reined in that aspect. And the body is also pretty good too.
2/3. I don't like this very good limited card. I don't know if it's gonna see any play in constructed,
There's
but
gonna be some people having some fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Finn was in Foundations, I think, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like Finn is in Standard right now, and it's not seeing enough light. So maybe having 2 versions of this kind of effect, people can try and build a faux poison deck once Toxic rotates.
Yeah, I'm sure Jane is going to be very excited to start brewing Toxic poison kind of. Now this one, I'm a little disappointed to see how it got. It feels like it's a Brothers War that just got nuked. This is Ruinous Rampage. It's 1 colorless, red. Choose 1. Ruinous Rampage deals 3 damage to each opponent and exile our artifacts with mana value 3 or less. We definitely needed a Brothers War alternative since we're losing it in rotation, especially now that Azoria's Artifacts, the synthesizer deck, is getting some upgrades with Edge of Eternities. But I was just hoping it would. I don't want to say like it's a direct, like I don't want a direct copy of Brotherhood Zen, but I definitely want a better
something that can hit creatures
and artifacts. Yes,
because on the flip side, it does complete the cycle between Slagstorm, Brotherhood's End, and now Ruinous Rampage, because you have 3 different effects. Each of them are choose one of 2 of those effects.
And now this is
granted, this one's the worst combination of them.
Yes, yes, it is. It does exile the artifacts, which could be important. But I think I would rather have it feels like a commander card. I see the each opponent and I'm just like, oh, they really weren't looking out for constructed 60 card players. They were kind of build something for commander players. But
apparently people like mana rocks, I guess.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm super excited for this next one. Sliver tokens. Oh man, I really hope we get a line of Sliver creatures. I want Slivers to come back. We haven't had Slivers in Standard since, oh gosh,
M15 or something like that?
Yes, it's been a long time. I want Slivers to be a deck again.
And wasn't like the last time Slivers were printed in any sort of like pretty big capacity was MH1?
Yes, and it was a decent deck. There's still some Sliver decks running around at Modern, but I would love to have a Slivers tribal deck back in Standard. That'd be so much fun. That'd be so cool. And Slivers is such a loved creature type. It's such a loved tribal type, and I would love to build a Slivers deck because I have lots of Slivers, and I have played many a Sliver commander deck, but I would love to play a Sliver 60 card constructed. But I know Marrow spoiled like, oh, there's this card that makes Sliver tokens, but give me Sliver creature types. That would be sick.
Yes.
Now, this next one, Infinite Guideline Station. Yeah. We have Wooburg. It definitely feels like a commander card. But when Infinite Guideline Station enters, create a tapped 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each. Sorry, the the spoilers
for each multicolored
each multicolored permanent. These spoilers, it's not leaks if the images aren't deep fried. The picture was taken out of a movie car, like in a bank robbery. That's like the only way I want to get my leaked cards, so the Pinkertons can come after me. But it's a 7/15 Wooburg card with Station 12. Definitely a commander card, but it looks pretty cool, and
I mean, it looks fun.
Yeah, it looks fun. I don't even know if you can like cheat this out.
I mean, the thing that's hard is that like your payoffs for this kind of effect, having a lot of multicolored permanents or whatever, it really conflicts with the current push of having multicolored spells that Live Supreme is trying to push us down.
Right.
So that is rotating. So, anywho, it's mostly been multicolor spells as opposed to multicolor permanents. So this could be an interesting take.
And I definitely think this draft and limited environment is going to be multicolored for sure.
Oh yeah. There's gonna be a huge multicolor focus,
especially with Shocklands, which we're gonna get into.
Yes, in a little bit. We found they already maybe they accidentally slipped some of the full arts that honestly look pretty good. But before that, we're gonna get into everyone's favorite deck that we thought was going to leave Standard.
So upset.
Right as we were getting rid of Temp Lockdown, Wizards said, "Hold my beer."
we gave Azorius Bay, the artifact deck, like literally the best freaking fucking card that they could have. So this is Pinnacle Star Cage, which is one
it's a
colorless,
nice little
2
silver
white.
bullet for that deck.
Absolutely. Yeah. When this artifact enters, exile all artifacts and creatures with mana value 2 or less until this artifact leaves the battlefield with an additional effect, by the way. So 6 and 2 white, put each card exiled with this artifact into its owner's graveyard, then create a 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each card put into your graveyard. This way you sacrifice this artifact. Isn't that insane? Like,
all I'm gonna say is at least you can't put Hopeless Nightmare is gone, but at least you can't put Momentum Breakers and Nowhere to Runs under here.
Yeah, true.
Thank goodness, because that would be awful.
But
however, they can put the other bounce creatures, which is really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we also have, what is it, Grimbauble, the -2/-2.
Yeah.
So that will go under it. Pixie's still gonna exist. I think Orzhov Pixie's gonna be pretty fine post rotation because the only thing it was really losing was Lockdown and Lauren. So it'll be interesting to see how the pilots pivot the deck, especially if there is a good aggro deck to come out for that deck to prey upon.
Yes. I mean, really, I really think Azorius, Bay, Radiant Lotus combo or Simulacrum decks are just gonna, just repurposing Bay, you can put literally 1, maybe 2 in the deck, and you can just tutor for it, and just put it on.
Exactly. That's all you need it for. Yeah, you need the tutor target to just like clean up the board of a bunch of small things once, because you're gonna lose a bunch of your smaller artifacts.
Yeah,
you're gonna lose the constructs you made.
But if you already have Simulacrum synthesizers on the board, you're just gonna make more when this comes.
Yes, but you're gonna eat the one that you make when this one enters. Oh no, actually, can you stack the triggers?
Yeah, you can stack. I'm pretty sure you can
get
stack
one when it comes.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Nice. So like it's.
Wait. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you see what I mean now,
that's
right?
So good.
It's really good. Like really good. But we'll see what happens. We still have more cards that need to get spoiled. These are all unofficial spoilers, not sanctioned by Wizards of the Coast. So watch out, those of you who are leaking us these little sneaky links. Pinkertons might come to your doorstep. Have a little fun with you. But as you were speaking on before, we have Shocklands in Standard. How crazy is that? Like, what?
Like, it's wild. In particular, the enemy colors are going to have such good mana. It's crazy. I was kind of... It was interesting. We didn't see any of the allied patch lands get reprinted. And we know with how they want to be printing duels in the near future, they want us to have full sets, so we can expect the other 5 Shocklands to come in Spider-Man, hopefully. But good lord, this Water Grave, it looks gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Beautiful.
It really exemplifies what they've been wanting to do with the borderless arts for the lands in this set, where they really want to expand all the way to the top of the card. So it gives this like air of like wonder, mystery.
I know, and especially in like a space set where it's just so big. It's very eternal. You know, it's gorgeous art. It could go on for infinite. And I believe it's a black hole potentially.
Oh well, yeah. They did preview the black hole in the set during the intro video at MagicCon. Yeah, so this is gonna be a cool set. I'm pretty excited about it.
Very excited.
Like that.
So guys, let us know what you think. Tell us in the comments which cards you're excited for, which cards you hope are going to get spoiled. You know, do a Sliver, or are you excited for the art? Are you excited for the lore? Let us know.
We're excited for the spaghetti monsters.
Yes, the tentacle monsters. Another Elish Nord. Evercool is not a hear me out. That's a hold me back. Take me. I'm ready. All right, let's end it here before I get banned on YouTube and we get the channel demonetized.
Yes, we don't need any of that.
Well, guys, like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, check out the Rebel cast, and stay tuned for State of the Meta. Hopefully, coming back from there in a few weeks. Get some once standard season is up and running after modern season wraps up. But we will see you guys on the next one. Cheers.
Cheers.